Hi everyone. So today what I want to do is do a slightly different thing from the usual tax videos, and I think going forward I'm probably going to mix it up a bit anyway because there's a lot of stuff I've learned about business over the years, and I really want to get that out there too. So you may have seen a previous video where I talk about how Good to Great by Jim Collins is the best business book ever written. And I want to just bring it back up and not necessarily talk about the book, but talk about one of the really important concepts within the book, which I think is quite relevant now because the economy at the moment is awful. This might be the worst time to grow your business that I've ever seen. There's so much uncertainty. Things are just taking so long. So a lot of people, instead of growing their businesses, they're actually working on improving their businesses. And because of that, I think this concept is really important. So what I want to talk about is the flywheel from Good to Great. And the flywheel is really important for two reasons, and it's the two messages that come out of the flywheel. So there's one point that is made. So a flywheel is just something that goes faster and faster the more you manipulate it. So the first message that comes out of the flywheel is, when asked about what made the business really good, a lot of the CEOs couldn't put their finger on any one thing. They said, and the reason for that was because it was down to lots of tiny little actions they took over a period of time. So if you're sitting there like thinking, if there's one grand thing you can do is just make your business excellent, well, some of the best CEOs in the world have confirmed that that is impossible. It usually comes down to just loads of tiny improvements over time. So that was the first lesson. But the second lesson was about motivation. Like one thing Jim Collins learned and his team learned about the best businesses in the world was they didn't need speeches. They didn't need loads of fancy employee retention tools and employee benefits. They didn't need the 4-day working weeks. What they did was they worked out a really good culture, got employees on board that were aligned to that culture, that wanted similar things to each other and the owners of the business. And what happened was, as all these improvements were made and this flywheel started to turn faster and faster and faster until it became this amazing machine, all of those tiny little improvements and the speed at which the flywheel was turning is what motivated those aligned teams. It's really important because I see so many business owners out there trying to find the next thing that's really going to motivate and engage and retain their team. But quite often, if you've got the right people in your team, the thing that will motivate them is just excellence. Excellence in customer service, excellence in technical growth, and all the feedback that they get from their customers and the ability to build those great relationships. So quite often, sometimes the best way to just have a great team is just to get better at a business as a business. So those are the two main points, like lots of incremental improvements, and good team members are motivated by the success of the business and don't need loads of other benefits. So I'm going to leave it there anyway, but I definitely read that book, Good to Great. It is the business Bible, in my opinion, better than any other business book ever written.